So MAGA currently has a few issues. One of them is Trump in the Epstein files, and why is Pam Bondi not doing her job, even though we know that her job is to cover for Trump in the Epstein files. That is her job. The law was put into place thanks to the discharge petition of every Democrat, every single Democrat, and 4 Republicans. And it became the law. Trump had to sign it because it was clearly veto-proof. There was only one Republican in the House that didn't sign on to it. Because everyone else knew it was political suicide. And he probably got, I don't know what he got for his no vote. But I hope it was substantial, because that's a lot. That is not recommended if you want your career to be tied to suppressing pedophile cartel information. And then the other thing is that they're not sure how to handle this Iran stuff. And Trump was already on thin ice, and they're trying to say that it was a short-term operation. It was done pretty fast, and it'll be done, and it'll stay done, and that's not how that works. And they, I guess, learned from Venezuela. They didn't just target the Ayatollah, they targeted the whole command, which means there's chaos. And in the chaos, I'm sure that some of the tacitly supporting people in the surrounding countries will get involved if the chaos gets any worse, but not to be counted on. So far you've got the U.S., Israel, and Israel's going to likely do a lot of the ground stuff. The U.S. will maybe do targeted strikes, but they're going to try and say that it's not a war. We're not at war. We just killed the guy and all of the leaders. That is not war. Which is not being sold. So they're divided on it. The divide is whether Trump did it because of Israel. The other thing is, and they're leaving it out probably because Qatar can't say that Saudi Arabia and the Qatar were like, man, you got to eliminate them so we can do our tourism, because that is their next goal. Because oil is going to have a glut. We are steadily using less, and the demand for it is just steadily going down. So, yeah, MAGA should probably talk more about how Qatar and MBS are likely controlling Trump, not Israel. Because Netanyahu has been saying the same shit for years and years.